It's really frustrating to see players set up points perfectly and not put the ball away on the overhead or the put away. So today, I'm going to show you how to better execute an overhead and where to place it to have more success in actually finishing the point. Let's start with the how. The how is super important for overheads because pace is necessary in this shot, and placement obviously is too, but you gotta get some kind of pace to put this ball away. So step one, for all the shots that I always talk about, give me a little split step, okay? And the split step is an even bigger key here for the overhead because the split step is gonna allow you to not want to step in and then back up. I did that in tennis, and I know that a lot of tennis players and other racket sport players come in and do the same thing. Now that's a problem, because if you step in and don't reestablish, you will be called on a foot fault if there's a ref on the court. For those of you that play without refs, that's still a foot fault, okay? So let's make sure we work on this properly. So split step, and your first step should be with your dominant foot backwards. That's step one, okay? So split step, turn. Look at how my shoulder is immediately turning with the ball, and that's gonna be a super important step in this too. That's what I call a unit turn. My entire body's turning sideways so that I can adjust it to be able to have my weight transfer from my right side to my left side, okay? So once again, split step, turn, and then my left arm is gonna go up. I like to point at the ball. That's a habit that I've had since my tennis days. That's something that a lot of people do. Some people just put their arm up. That's acceptable too. What you can't do is have your arm back or down, because it's gonna be super uncomfortable to have your right or your dominant arm up and not have your non-dominant arm doing anything. So we've gotta make sure that both of them are up for this shot. So once again, split step, turn, left arm up, right arm up. Great, this is like the trophy position. If you look at tennis trophies from back in the day, there are so many that are in this very position. Okay, now, once again, I'm sideways, and the ball's probably not gonna be perfectly in front of me, right? That'd be great. We would have a great time hitting an overhead if that was the case. But we're probably gonna have to back up. So we're here, we're gonna shuffle. We're not gonna run. It's gonna be really hard to control your body if you do that. So we're gonna shuffle, and we're gonna look to make contact with the ball in the highest point possible. If you hit it here, you've lost power. I want to make contact with it at its highest point. And that doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to be at my highest point, but I'm going to try to find it and contact it at the highest point I possibly can. So split step, turn, arms are up, contact all the way up here. Left arm is coming down as the right arm is going up, and we're finishing all the way down here. Now, good thing is the weight was transferred from my right to my left, so it's going to be really easy to kind of get back into a ready stance and be ready for your next shot. Those are the fundamentals of the how-to. I'm gonna show a couple of them just so we can kind of slow-mo these for you, and then I'm gonna talk about where to hit them. All right, great, those felt pretty good. I love overheads. I can get a lot of power on this shot. It's really satisfying to put the ball away. So with that, I'm gonna talk about where I've placed these cones. Something that I see mostly from tennis players is just power and hitting down. This plastic ball, can you toss me a ball, please? Doesn't bounce that much. Like, I just hit that pretty hard. It barely went above my head, right? If I do that with a tennis ball, that thing's gonna hit the ceiling. So if I just hit straight down, I don't know what that does for you. That's gonna be an easy defensive shot for your opponents, because the situation typically is when you get an overhead, they're gonna back up. So your opponents are probably at least here or even here. So hitting down on that shot, unless they're up and you're hitting it to their feet, is not a great idea. So this is how I've positioned my 5 cones. Angle on the right side, deep on the right side, deep in the middle, deep on the left side, angle on the left side. From the right, where I am right now, Angle on the left side is kind of hard to execute because I'd have to go inside out. That one is probably easier. I can create that angle pretty easily. Let's say my opponent knows the ball's going there. Great, still hit it there. They're way off the court if they defend it. You don't have to hit a clean winner on an overhead. It could be a 2-point play. Hit it wide, they're way off the court, hit it to that cone on the right side, winner. That could be a pattern for you. I'm always thinking about patterns and combos that'll work. So making sure to hit deep shots or shorter angles is the key to put overheads away. So I'm gonna do that 2-ball pattern that I just talked about. I'm gonna go ahead and hit an angle, hopefully I don't hit AB, and then I'll aim for either middle or for that right side cone. Perfect. So this is what probably would have happened in that situation. I hit that white cone, person went and ran that way, picked it up. This person might be coming to help, but I still think they're gonna have a hard time defending that one, and if they do, might be a shorter, easier shot, and I can even finish it with the angle. So another pattern could potentially be, I'm gonna hit here middle, and then I'm gonna hit wide. Let's do one more. All good, here we go. I don't think that second one's coming back. I mean, I hit it in the kitchen, right? Angles are super important and might be a really good way for you to put the ball away. So if you're the person that's setting up points well and not putting the overhead away, this video is for you. Should be very helpful, and make sure to use these patterns in your next matches. I love putting overheads away, and hopefully with these tips, you're able to do the same. Please use this as much as possible, and don't be the person that sets up points perfectly and doesn't finish them. If you enjoyed this video, please go check out my Instagram page and make sure to follow both Mari Humberg Pickleball and Fortify Pickleball Club on YouTube.